Chapter 4 tier list. Does he deserve number 6 now? I think it was. I think if Jacob just did not say that the hunter was bad for some reason, I don't know why he said that. His explanation was just like not that great. Definitely was kind of frustrated that he didn't get the gun. Not really willing to comply until Caitlyn came in. Um, I think like it was just a really bad look for Jacob in this chapter, and I think I'm gonna have to move Dylan up. I think it's time that we accept that he's just not the worst character in the game anymore. So Dylan's gonna be my number 6. Jake's gonna be my number 7. I'm gonna give it to Lucky.
Also unprecedented for me. Dylan is no longer 7. Jacob is. And I don't know if that was so much more Dylan going up as it was Jacob going down. It was both of them kind of swinging. Big little swing right there happening. Jacob's like explanation of what happened to him was fucking nuts. It was diabolical how bad it was. Like if he had literally just been honest, like, dude, I was trying to save Abby as soon as I heard her, and then I got caught in a trap, and then this hunter dude came in. I thought he was gonna kill me, but nah, he let me down, and then he put some blood on my face to maybe protect me, or I don't know why he put blood on me, but he poured it, and then he left. Like if he had just said that, boom, class act. You can keep 6 probably. You didn't do that. You lied and said that you escaped them somehow and bullshit. Dylan is asking a lot of questions that need to be asked. He's curious. He's not letting himself be boxed into this like imagination. Like he's willing to accept that hey, maybe we're dealing with something supernatural, which is big. I mean, if I'm thinking about that, if I was in this situation, I would be kind of closer to what Ryan is doing, where he's not really thinking about supernatural stuff right now, but Dylan is, and these kind of things can at least help you stay on your toes or be more prepared for things to come. So Dylan is moving up, and I think there's a gap here now between 6 and 7. For five,
Wow.
five is gonna be Nick. So now we can see your 5-4.
M just made a lot of the right decisions. She made every great decision. She got close. She got a taser. In that escape of, I'm not sure if it was one monster or two. I don't know if it was one that just kept chasing her because she escaped once and she had to escape again.
Yeah.
So she did it. She did it twice. That's a 2-game performance. We're getting on a streak here. Nick technically hasn't done it once. He's 0 for 1, and he got mauled. Emma, I think she deserves 4. She was very active, at least with herself. I think for 1, 2, and 3 spot, you got to be kind of willing to, help another person. I think so. Yeah, that's my 4. I think you're gonna go 4-3.
Yeah, and then you can do 3-2-1, and I'll do my 2-1.
Yeah.
So 4-3. Fun fact: even though these two are here, just placeholder, neither of these two players are in 4 for me right now. It's actually gonna be Abby. No, that can't be Abby. It's Abigail. Wait, this is Abigail, right? This is Emma, and this is
Abigail, Emma, Caitlyn.
Kaylin. Kaylin's in 4. Kaylin's in 4, and this is crazy. Emma is making a huge leap, and I'll explain why. Because Emma is gonna be in 3, so I'll explain why. But right now, Emma and Abigail are the 2 only characters to have successfully escaped from Beast without harm. I mean, I'm gonna say Abigail would have done it without harm if I didn't fuck up. So I'm just gonna give her the benefit of the doubt there. That was a misplay on my end, not her end. So Abigail, Emma escaped the Beast, not dying, no death. Abby took a little scratch. That's all right. Emma completely outplayed the thing, and then went back on the thing flawlessly. Boom, used the taser correctly, held onto the bear spray. Didn't waste that. So she's just done a lot. Like no one else has done that. And I like Caitlyn. She always says the right things. Like she's the voice of reason in this group. But how much can that really carry? She's not really done anything precisely. She's offered to do some things, but when it comes down to the act of doing things, she's not there. you know. So I like. It's not like right now these top four are actually in content. No, these 2, 3, and 4 are in contention, really close with each other. I mean, I was considering putting Abby at 4 or 3. It was hard. It was hard. I couldn't really decide, but I thought about it and I ended up with M and 3 in Kaylin at 4. And you'll see my 2 and 1 after he cleans up his list.
A lot of Emma's, I think, past things are just holding me from 3, whereas like she just really hasn't messed up too much. She hasn't done. I don't think she's done as amazing, I guess, for herself at or like for anyone or herself at least, as much as Emma did. But she's also made, I think, less mistakes than Emma has made. So that is why she is sticking at 3. I'm keeping Abby here, but she needs to do a little bit more. Abby, the thing about Abby and Emma that I think sets them apart, you said like they both escaped, and that's awesome. But Abby almost escaped while helping out Nick.
Oh yeah, she tried
Like
saving. She
she
saved them
tried
actually.
saving Nick and set up because there was also like the option of you running away. She tried saving Nick, and she still wouldn't have gotten injured. That is huge. Like she had the Nick handicap in her head. Like, do I stay with Nick? Do I just run? And then she
Oh
decided to
my! It
stay
was
with
a
Nick. And
it was a more difficult decision for sure.
yeah, I think like for Abby, it was a little bit like it was a little harder. Um, you know,
Nick could be dead right now. We don't know. Like if she didn't help him, like
if she didn't help him, maybe he would have just kept getting mauled.
maybe
I
he'd
don't
be
know.
fucking gone, bro.
Yeah, but like I think that that's what separates the two of them
That's
escaping
huge. I didn't even
is
think
that
about that.
Abby had the Nick handicap. I'm gonna just say it was a handicap. Like Nick did save her, but like
After that, he became a
but then he
fucking
became a
liability.
handicap and she had to deal with, do I run, do I help him, and then she chose helping him. And of course, number one, Ryan. I think for me in this chapter, he's still just so up that he doesn't need to do too much. He just needs to hold the line. um he had some positives, I guess. Like he was, fighting Jacob for the gun. He was like, you just don't
I'm
really
not
need
gonna
the
let
gun.
it go. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and I think that that was the right thing because in his eyes, he's like, where even is Emma? I don't know where Emma is. You're just gonna blindly run into the forest with our gun, and we don't know what's gonna happen. Like looking at it like that, I think I understand why a little bit more. He would try and take the gun away.
And protect the group. That's what he said. You know, we got 2 injured people. We need to keep the gun with us.
Yeah, and we've seen that Jacob's not good with the gun. We've seen it that
Hmm.
he doesn't show up really with the gun. So like that's well and good. Um, Hit finally for the first time in like 4 chapters, his dialogue. Finally, there was like 1 or 2 options that were like just weird. Like we're like, like actually both of these don't really seem that great. But that was fine. That might just be bound to happen. Again, it's only happened once or twice in this chapter, but like
In the
this
game,
is out of the whole
that's all.
game
Yeah.
still.
Hmm.
So he's just still there's still this gap between 1 and 2 that is really going to be hard for if you're a Caitlyn believer, um, for her or Abigail to really make up to become Bronny James. And I feel like for either of these two to become Bronny James, I personally I have more faith in third place right now to become
Whoa.
Bronny James than I do Abigail. I don't think Abigail is really going to be the saving grace of anyone. Um, like I see her kind of helping, not helping herself, but like she couldn't really do too much for Nick. She tried dragging him, but it was
To no
futile.
avail.
Yeah, and I think that this is the one that could possibly save multiple lives.
The
I
two
think Caitlyn
players
can
with the
save
guns.
multiple lives. Yeah, the 2 players with the guns, they can save multiple lives and really carry the group. But until that happens, she's gonna stay number 3.
This is about to happen.
Yeah,
No, it's
right.
not happening.
That
But
ain't gonna happen.
well, it's closer than you think. For me, the gap is not as wide as it is for him because what he just said about Abby and her escape, I hadn't even factored that into her stats. Like that was an incredible performance. Like this could be that might be the MVP performance of the game so far. Like trying to save someone and escaping. And matter of fact, I'm gonna say it. If she didn't help her or help Nick there, Nick is goner. I think Nick is dead. So she saved someone's life and escaped the beast. So that is huge. That's humongous. Without a gun, nothing. Like hands free, literally.
Yeah, like that was just. I feel like that was just a defining performance between her and Emma for me. Even though
No
Emma had
taser,
the flash, but
no taser, no fucking bear spray, nothing, literally. So insane,
exactly
and that's why she's really
raw.
close. But that's not the main reason why she's close. For me, Ryan didn't gain any points this chapter. I think for you he gained points. For me, he was about to lose some, but I'm gonna say he went even, right?
Mm.
Because what happened is I'm a little concerned. Dylan is asking the right questions, and Ryan is just not open to them. Like for some reason,
I
he's
see what you
being more
mean.
close-minded than he should be.
I know what you
Like
mean.
if I was Ryan, so far we've been thinking very logical, same kind of train of thought, but he's just super standoffish, closing off, like saying he's crazy, weird remarks, like it must be a bear, the weather, when it doesn't make sense. Like obviously it's not the weather, there's no rain, nothing was happening. So why is he being so weird? The line cutting off, I'm not saying that was his fault or that he hung up. That's a crazy statement, and he's definitely not on PDs, right? So we can't make that claim. Saying that would be ludicrous, but it is a little concerning. Um, Maybe I'm listening to the haters too much. Like Dylan, the propaganda to bring Brian down is kind of affecting me. I'm a little scared. Like I can think the fact that this thought crossed my mind. Like, what if he's a bad character? Like, what if he's a villain? He was really close with what's his name, Chris Hefwood or whatever, the old dude.
Hmm.
And from what I know, I think that guy might be bad. I think he might be a bad character. So if there's a little association there, who knows? That doubt in my mind is why Abby is closing in. Even though these two didn't do much, she might have gone up a little bit because I didn't account for that epic save at the beginning. So those points are just being counted for me. So she just went up, even though she was
Even though there was nothing in this
nothing.
chapter.
Nothing happened in this chapter, but just the way that he framed that was incredible. And he is questionable. He's scary. He could fall. It's not like before this chapter. I was like, this guy's a lock. He's gonna win MVP.
Yeah.
But now it's a little scary. It could go anywhere. I mean, fuck. If Emma has another crazy performance and saves someone and herself, she's in the goat talk. She might be the goat. I have a lot of things that could happen. My mind is in a few different spots right now, but I'm gonna have to say that what I think has the highest percentage probability of occurring is I'm gonna see Emma take two. I think Emma's been playing alone, and she's gonna find Jacob, and she's gonna save Jacob, or something's gonna happen with the two of them,
Wow.
where she's gonna say something useful or somehow keep them alive. And if she
Wow.
does, then that's gonna be enough for her to take two. I think Emma's gonna take the two spot. Mark my fucking words.
Wow. Okay. I guess we'll see in the next chapter and in
We'll
the next
see.
tier list. We'll see. See you guys later.
Peace.